You see flashing lights in your mirror right now. One wrong answer could make this stop much worse. Have you ever talked too much during a stop? Yes or no? Your heart starts racing the second those lights hit your back window. You grab the wheel harder. You start thinking fast. You want the officer to like you. You want this over. That is when most drivers make the same mistake. They start talking before they start thinking. They try to explain. They try to sound helpful. They try to talk their way out of it. Here is what most people do wrong. They treat a traffic stop like a normal conversation. It is not a normal conversation. It is a legal moment. This is exactly where things fall apart. A simple question sounds harmless. Then you answer too fast. Then your own words get used against you. Most drivers have no idea this is even a thing. They think being nervous means they should keep talking. They think silence looks guilty. They think honesty means giving every detail. But traffic stops go bad every day for that reason. People guess. People admit things they did not mean to admit. People say yes to things they could have said no to. You do not need a magic trick here. You need a few calm lines. You need words that protect you without making things worse. You need to know what to say before the stop happens. I have gone through real traffic, stop footage, and records. I have seen the same mistake over and over. Good people talk too much and move too fast. They give up ground they did not know they had. That is why this matters. Here is the first move. I call it the calm open. The problem this solves is simple. The first few seconds of a stop shape everything after. If you look jumpy or angry, the officer may get tense. That tension can grow before a real conversation even starts. Say exactly this. Officer, my hands are on the wheel. My license is in my wallet. How would you like it? This works because it does two important things at once. It shows you are not a threat. It also keeps you from making sudden moves. You're giving clear notice before you reach anywhere. That matters more than most drivers think. Officers are trained to watch hands. Hands grab wallets, but hands can also grab weapons. You know you're reaching for your license. The officer does not know that yet. Your line fills in that gap before fear fills it. Calm words slow the scene down. They buy you seconds. Those seconds matter. A rushed stop feels dangerous. A slow stop feels easier to control. This line also helps you avoid another common mistake. Many drivers start digging in the box before being asked. They lean down, they open compartments, they reach across. That can look bad even when it is innocent. When you say this line, you stop the guessing. You tell the officer where your hands are. You tell the officer where your documents are. Then you wait for instructions. That is smart. That is safe. That is clean. You're not admitting anything with this line. You are not arguing anything either. You're just setting a calm tone. That is powerful because it protects without being rude. Think about how many stops begin with confusion. The officer walks up. The driver is already digging. The passenger is moving. The window is half down. Someone starts blurting out excuses. Nobody is calm. Nobody is clear. That is how stops turn messy. Your goal is not to charm the officer. Your goal is not to act tough. Your goal is to make the stop boring. Boring is good. Boring means slow and simple. Boring means fewer mistakes. This helps at night. Darkness makes everything feel worse for everyone. An officer cannot read your car as easily. You cannot read the officer as easily. A calm statement cuts through that stress right away. If your registration is in the glove box, say that. If insurance is on your phone, say that first. Do not just reach. Tell first. Move second. That order matters. It is not too careful. It is exactly the kind of careful that keeps moments small. And here is the part most people miss. When you start calm, you feel calmer. Your own brain hears your steady voice. Your breathing slows. Your hands stop shaking. You give yourself control back. That is huge. Panic makes people talk. Panic makes people confess. Panic makes people agree to things they do not understand. This line is your reset button. If the officer is polite, this line works. If the officer is cold, this line still works. If the officer is suspicious, this line still helps. It shows control without defiance. You're not hiding, you're not resisting. You're handling the moment. That alone can change the whole encounter. Do not focus only on the officer's mouth. Your first line matters too. It tells the story. It defines if it will be messy or clear. Use this line every time, even if innocent. Use it because you do not know thoughts yet. Your safety starts before any legal issue does. Calm beats panic every single time. Now this next one is the silence switch. The problem here is not the ticket. The problem is the talking. Silence is strength. Once questions start, many drivers fill the air. They think more words make them sound innocent. Most times, more words just give away more facts. Say exactly this. I want to remain silent, and I do not want to answer questions. Silence is stronger when you say it clearly. Quiet by itself can get messy. People freeze up. Some answer one, then stop. Mixed signals hurt. Clear words make your choice plain. Remain silent means choosing not to answer. It does not mean you're being rude. It does not mean refusing required documents. It means you're not building a case against yourself. That is a big difference. Comply, but stop talking. You can be respectful and still protect yourself. Those two things can happen together. Most stops sound casual at first. Small questions. Do you know why I stopped you? Where coming from? Have you had anything to drink tonight? These questions sound small. They are not always small. If you answer carelessly, you hand over a timeline. You may guess speed or admit a drink. You may admit you were looking at your phone. What you are doing is giving the officer words. That is why this line matters so much. It closes the door before your nerves open it. It tells the officer you are done chatting. It keeps the stop from turning into an interview. And yes, you can say this politely. Tone matters. Just say it in a calm, even voice. The calmer you sound, the stronger it lands. Instead, people often explain too much. They tell a whole story about work or kids. That feels human. In a stop, it is dangerous. You do not need to prove innocence immediately. You do not need to win the officer over. You do not need to answer every single question. This video is for education only, not legal advice. I'm not your lawyer. Talk to an attorney. Back to the stop. Drawing a clean boundary. Boundaries are easier to defend later than conversations. When you say silent, you stop yourself from guessing. Guessing is deadly. Speed, lights, or lane changes. A bad guess can sound like an admission. Silence does not make you look guilty. Looking nervous is normal. Looking quiet is normal. Talking when you should not hurts you more often. You're allowed to be careful with your words. That is not suspicious. That is smart. If the officer keeps talking, let them talk. You do not have to fill the silence. A quiet mouth can save a loud future. Drop a ready in the comments if learning. The freedom check solves confusion. Am I detained? Am I free to go? Clarity is powerful. If you are free, go. Do not hang around. If detained, stay calm. Keep words short. The search lock prevents pressure from becoming consent. Say, I do not consent to any searches. You're not giving permission. Set the boundary. Calm voice, no physical resistance, verbal only. Act calm, clear, and controlled. Stay protected.